everyone. I wanted to create a video today. Actually, it's a reading for people like me who are empaths. I'm going to be creating a video, a longer video on who is an empath and am I an empath? And just a little short bit on empaths, and the reason why I wanted to do a reading for empaths is how I was feeling this morning. And I have a feeling that a lot of you people who are like me were feeling the same way. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and politically it's just a chaos right now. I live in Canada, so as you probably well know, there's this big tariff issue going on right now. And you know, when I started this channel, I have even talked about not wanting to bring politics into my channel. I want it to be a place where people can feel sort of a refuge away from all the chaos that's going on in the world. But I feel like there's just so much going on that's really hard not to at least touch on that a little bit, because I was really feeling it this morning. And I found it really hard to get myself out of that mode where I was just inundated. I felt like all I could do was scroll and scroll and scroll and watch YouTube videos and find out the latest bit of information that's coming out. It seems like, you know, by hour things are new, and it's really affecting people like me. So I'll just come out and say it. I am not a supporter of Donald Trump at all and what's happening with his administration. I'm not shy at all to talk about it. I just wanted to let you know that. And I do in my personal life talk about that. I'm not holding off. I'm very strongly opinionated on that, and I have strong convictions, and definitely feel like human life is being you know, dramatically changed, and a lot of people feel threatened. So I know that a lot of you might turn my video off right now, and that's fine. That's totally fine with me. I realize you may go to other videos, and that's fine. So I'll just get into that a little bit too. So empathic people and empath reading here. What got me out of my funk this morning was scrolling and scrolling. I saw this little very quick YouTube video. No, I forget where it was, on social media somewhere. It's just a little video on Winona Ryder, and it just piqued a memory that I had. And I remember hearing her say this about empathic people or highly sensitive people back in the 90s. And here I had to look it up on my phone. She said something like, you go through spells where you feel that maybe you're too sensitive for this world. And I remember her saying that and how much it hit me. And I believe that's when I really started focusing on the gifts that being an intuitive person can bring you. It's really hard on people, but there are gifts and things that you can do, and I'm going to cover that in other videos. But there is a book that was later written by, let me see, Elaine Aron. It's called The Highly Sensitive Person, and she started researching that in 1991. So it must have all been around the same time. For me, I went like in the magical route and really developing my psychic or intuitive skills, if you will. So again, watch out for that video, like and subscribe, and you'll get notifications when that video comes out, because I think it'll be really interesting. And hopefully, if you have felt the weight and the burdens that you know, someone like me does, then maybe it will help. And that's what I wanted this little reading to be, is some help, just one little reading to get us empaths to feel like we have some tools to move forward, okay, and how to deal with all of our feelings. So I already shuffled and I laid out my cards, and I'll put the picture up in the video. But I wanted to tell you, this is a new deck. It's a new tarot deck that I'm working with, and I actually love it. Secrets of the Witch's Garden. So it's a little witchy, that's for sure. But what beautiful imagery. And I don't know how to pronounce the illustrator's name, but I'll put that in the description as well. Just apologize right now for my sinuses and how nasally I sound. That's another thing that was holding me off too. Not feeling great either. So anyways, I pulled myself together and decided, no, I need to do this video today. I shuffled these 3 cards, and these 3 cards have actually popped up quite a bit lately. So it could be in my shuffling, but I'm taking it as needed to convey or needed to share. The first card is for all of us who feel like me, the 2 of Swords. And I'll hold it up here, but I'll put it up in the video as well. It's a beautiful card, and it goes really well with me as a sensitive person. I'm a Libra, and this is definitely related to Libra and justice card if you're into tarot. This woman is here, and she is holding 2 swords. It's like she's protecting her heart. She's, you know, that cross here, she's protecting her heart from being, you know, penetrated, stabbed basically. And she's holding up her swords of justice. She's blindfolded as well. It's almost like she doesn't need to have her eyes open to know. And that's one thing about being an empath. You may have this knowing of what's right and what's justified and what justice should be. We want everybody to feel the same way we do. We want everybody to see all the injustice that's going on. And that's really hard. I do understand. But, you know, that's not going to happen. We're not going to change everybody's minds. There are ways to do that, to have conversations, to continue to work with people who have differences, that's for sure. But right now we're just dealing with our reading and on how we can not take all that burden to ourselves. So the nice thing about this deck is that in her booklet that comes with it, it explains that this card, the 2 of Swords, is meditation, moon in Libra. So it does show you that it is a Libran card. She also does give a poem for each card. So I'll just read these little poems in our 3-card reading. Cross your heart, hope not to die, stick a thistle in your eye. Advice to all, go, stay away. Swords keep acid thoughts at bay. And, you know, I really do love that. It's, you know, giving yourself protection, using protective shields, physically and empathically, emotionally and spiritually. It's a great card to listen, to prompt you to listen to your inner voice, your inner knowing. Advice from other people and opinions of other people are not going to penetrate you at this moment. It's the way to let you know it's okay to have your own thoughts and opinions, and you know what's right in your heart. Okay, so it's protecting all of that. So it's inner sanctum of thought. You are blocking distraction. There's a lot of chaos and distraction going on at the moment, and that's meant to be. That's planned. So this is just a card for you to know that you are on the right path, and that it's important for you to keep your sanity by continuing to do that. This card, if we were looking at a time frame, it looks to me like it is in a springtime moment. So there's lots of ivy, there's lots of greenery around, and she is sort of in this little turret here. Not a turret, but she's sort of encapsulated herself by the garden wall. There's ivy growing behind her, lots of greenery. It's funny, I put on this green velvet shirt, and before I shuffled, And I think my shirt actually just envelops me in this springtime greenery, and sort of like there are better things coming. The spring is coming. We just had a molt last week, and it's, you know, the stirrings of winter are allowing the spring to come. If we were going on that spring timeline here, for me, that's like we're going to continue this through the rest of the winter. We're going to need to protect ourselves during that time and into spring. This is showing me, this reading, and I'll get into that, but it's showing me that this isn't a quick fix. Nothing is going to be quick and fixed, and the world's not going to be, you know, a perfectly wonderful place in the next few months, that's for sure. We've got some growing to do and some things to go through. So keep protecting yourself and into the spring. The next card is the Seven of Pentacles, and I actually really like this card too. For a timing here in the Seven of Pentacles, this is, I'll just open the page here. This to me is a fall time, or a going into fall, late summer. It's autumn, it's the harvest. And here we go. It's a Halloween witch, and in this deck, and it is the harvest time. It's Saturn in Taurus. The poem for this is: early harvest comes on quick, choices big for you to pick. Take your time, go slow and prep before you take the next step. So it's considering your future. The pumpkins are showing the manifestation of her hopes and dreams. So don't lose hope. Just continue to protect yourself and know what's right within, and things will come to fruition. This is a sort of taking stock of the things that you know that are good and just and justified in this world. This is a time to be aware that you can pivot and change as well, and that whatever you put your mind to, you can manifest things quickly. Just make sure when you are manifesting, you are taking some time to look at the good in things. Look at what you have manifested and where you want to go forward. It's a results are seen kind of card. Your hard work is paying off, and to think about what's next to come. You do have a lot of valuable resources. This kind of plays into my next card, which to me is about loved ones. I have loved ones who do not agree with me. I have loved ones in America who are Trump supporters, and to me, I just can't even grasp how that could be possible. But it's a sign for me to put a good focus on the people who have the same feelings as I do. I don't mean that conversations should end, but if the conversations aren't going anywhere, it's use your resources to work with people who do, and like-minded people who have the same values as you. And that's going into the next card, the Two of Cups. But I'll just finish up with this card here with this Halloween witch. It's around autumn time, it's the harvest time, and it's August. It's around August, and so into the fall. The next card is the Two of Cups, and speaking of timing, this is a, let me just check here. This is a Venus in Cancer card, and that's the Two of Cups here. It's a love card. Because this is a Cancer card, that's around July. But the timing here does not work out in this reading for this July. I believe it is the whole next year, so it's July 2026. The first card then, to recap, is Two of Swords, this spring. The second card is Seven of Pentacles, which goes into the fall of 2025. This next card goes into 2026, into June or July. So I just wanted to say, this is about a year and a half, this reading. So I wish it were this June or July where everything's going to be all rosy, but we all know, you know, logistically that can't happen right now. There's just too much going on. And in fact, I feel like it will reverberations for years to come. But I do think that July 2026, that's where we get another message here. In the book, the Two of Cups here is Mesmerize, Venus in Cancer. And the poem is, deep devotion calms the soul, broken hearts are soon made whole. Raised cups caress a lover's lips, who returns your potent kiss. That second line here, broken hearts are soon made whole. So as empaths, we feel everything like a weight on our shoulders, a weight in our hearts. We feel brokenhearted. A lot of us feel brokenhearted right now. We don't know what to do with that grief. It is a grief that we're going through. So I think that's the note here. We will feel like our broken hearts are going to soon be made whole again. And of course, that's a really good message that we need to hear. We may not feel like that right now, and we will feel that again. Things will come around. As an empath though, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we do actually look at the other side. You know, if we put people into sides and divide people, we see now that some people are really happy right now, and they're cheering, and they're cheering on every move here. So as empaths, the nice thing about us is that we can, even knowing that we are being hurt, we can see the other side here is like joyous. So that's, is that a blessing or is that a curse? You know, let's get into that in my next video. But just know that that is sort of the kind of people we are. So that's another thing that might bring you some solace, that you are a kind person. You are looking to connect with other people who have those same values. We can feel a kinship and a love. This is kind of usually a romantic or an infatuation or affection card. But this can be other things too, like devotional work, it mentions in this book. You know, we can be devoted to our cause and feel love, even as we feel our hearts have been broken. So it is a note that, you know, things can't be rushed. These feelings can't be rushed, and we will work through them. And, you know, the world will also work through its issues too. It's about trying to find pleasure and delight in other people and other places and things that you're doing. Recognize things that make you happy and reflect on those things, and how can you work with the things that make you happy more than ever now. You know, for me, it might be working on artwork and going within and being creative. For you, it might be getting out and joining a team of players. You know, it could be musical, or it could be a team of people who are exercising, playing games. Just enjoy. That is the note here for sure. Find something that will give you pleasure, and don't I know it's easier said than done, but try not to go down that sort of deep dive into scrolling and try trying to find the news and what's happening in the world. Again, I know easier said than done, but we have to do that as empaths especially. Otherwise, we could spiral easily. So I hope you take this as a note that you can do it. We can do hard things, and we will do them, and we'll get through that. So I hope that you feel some comfort, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you very much.